Sataki Dearest, and a lot of you can probably see that like the camera and mic quality is like up by like a shit ton. Again, I'm gonna be in Japan for like over a month, and I told Joey that it would be like a really great opportunity if we invested to up our game a bit with DSLRs, since we're gonna be like traveling a lot. So hopefully those travel vlogs that you're gonna see are gonna look really nice. So look forward to that. The second thing isn't really that important that I'm gonna address, but I know somebody out there in the comment section down below will address this. I'm missing 2 acrylic nails, and I know that it's probably gonna be a female that will notice this the most, but I don't know what happened after that video of me like playing DDR. Like, I feel like these ripped off and I didn't feel anything. So I just wanted to address my imperfections before someone else in the comment section down below does. Oh yeah, and if anyone wants to know all the equipment that I'm using, I'll put a link in the description below of like what you are looking at right now. So yeah, getting right into the video, I wanted to just address something that was actually inspired by a recent video that PewDiePie uploaded. A lot of you may or may not have seen it. I think like on my channel, I got spammed like hell on this video, so I decided to make a topic on it. But in the video, PewDiePie talks about how he was embarrassed to just admit that he likes anime, and I kind of saw it coming. Well, not even coming, I just knew that he liked anime already. I knew that he was subscribed to Joey, and I knew that he had ever subtly like just talked about certain anime, and I've seen Marzia watch Crunchyroll in some of her vlogs, and I thought that was really cool, and I didn't really bat an eye after that. So to see that he thought it was embarrassing to actually like admit that he liked anime was actually pretty cute, and I kind of want to just touch upon like my own philosophy and my own experience of being around anime and then being public with it, and then like people being embarrassed about it. I know that there's like half of you that are just like, oh yeah, that's awesome that like I can't be confident of being open about anime, so it's really cool seeing YouTubers do it. And then there's like the other half that's like, why should I care? It's just anime, like just like whatever you like. Totally agree with both sides, because I'm actually the type of person that was never ashamed to like anime, and that's kind of like where this story is starting. So I grew up with Pokemon and Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, all of those shows that like everyone watched, whether or not you were an anime fan. In my opinion, I feel like all of us are familiar with what those are, and then some probably over time as they grew up probably grew out of anime. It's just like they strictly just watched those. So but I stuck with it, and I didn't really establish that anime was anime up until maybe like 11-ish to 13-ish, coming to my teenage years. I then started actually making friends online on my first YouTube account, which got deleted, and they taught me how to make AMVs and short anime music videos and all of this other types of editing, and it was super fun, and those were basically my first anime friends ever, and I never even saw their faces, but those were some really great times. But that doesn't go without saying that like I did grow up with people that shunned and teased anyone that was an anime fan. Luckily for me, I was able to, well, for the most part, tune out as much as I could from the criticism, but sometimes they would go over the line and really get under my skin with it. The long and the short of the entire story is that I have dealt with people that were really like harsh to anime fans, and that still never stopped me. There would be some days it really got to me, to a point maybe I would cry, but at the end of the day, I knew that this was something that I loved to do. So that was like a good thing that I thought was about me, that no matter what, you still like know what you love, and as long as you're not hurting anybody, like why do you have to explain yourself? Why change? You know? So I would end my day, and then I would get on my laptop, just talk to my friends again. They would be the people I would go to if I was having a rough day, because I wasn't very social at all when I was younger, and then I just kept broadening all of my love for like different anime series, and so like things that I watched on Adult Swim and then online, and then getting introduced to Yaoi and Yuri, and then just extending my love for just otaku culture in general just kind of like blossomed from there. So then after that I reached high school, and things were a lot smoother from there. And I actually like joined Japanese class, met a lot of friends, and I was still passionate about what I loved to do. But I did meet some people that were very insecure about liking anime. Luckily, I made friends with them. We were cool peeps. So I was a pretty social butterfly back then. And there was this one girl though, like I would have occasions like this, but there was this one part where I was in class reading a manga, and she was next to me and she saw that I was reading the manga, and the first thing she says is like, "Are you reading those anime comics? What are you, crazy? What's wrong with you?" Now the people around her kind of like giggled and laughed, but I didn't have like this dramatic like the entire class was against me. But I think most of the people in that class, for the most part, knew that she was being a bitch. Like both the people, whether they liked anime or not, knew that that was pretty uncalled for, that she was just doing that to some chick that was just reading a book. So she was a complete bitch, but you know, it's totally fine. I didn't say anything to her, so I just tuned her out. Oh, and then one thing that I really didn't like was other anime fans that were strictly biased with anime. Like it was ridiculous. Like they would just shun and neglect and even like discriminate against anybody that didn't like anime, and it was stupid. Don't get me wrong, like anime is a pretty awesome medium of entertainment, but not to the point where you have to be like a certain dick to people, where just because they don't like the same things you do, like that gives you an excuse to just be an absolute asshole. Like I have plenty of friends, and even my own parents don't watch anime. Even for the longest time, they actually neglected the fact that I liked anime, but now they've accepted it, and now I'm still happy as ever. But there were some anime fans, and still are, that are really, really defensive with anime, and I think it's stupid. But now going into the topic of whether or not like you should be embarrassed, or more like you should not be embarrassed about it, there really isn't any reason to. I mean, I know it can be kind of intimidating if you live in an environment where people kind of shun you or maybe even judge you or tease you for liking anime, but at the end of the day, no matter what happens and no matter what anybody says, just think of it like why would you give up this passion for people that just make you unhappy? Like why would you just throw it all away, throw something that makes you feel like you, something that makes you feel natural, like not even just talking about anime, but if you like something and people are teasing you about it, like why quit? Why are you giving them the satisfaction of you giving up? Why don't you just like show revenge by continuing on with what you love to do? I mean, that's kind of like what I did. So eventually, like my passions and, you know, trying to be as strong-willed as possible, no matter like whatever obstacle there was, eventually it led to really great things, and by great things I mean my happiness. You should not be embarrassed about it. I know you can be probably shy, and that's totally fine, but don't be ashamed of who you are. As long as you're not hurting anybody, it's all cool. I mean, that's what Mama Aki thinks for the moment. I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with my logic at the moment, but you know, who am I to say anything? I mean, I'm not perfect, but that's just the way I'm looking at it. So yeah, that's really everything that I wanted to address. You guys tell me of your experiences, if you guys have ever like felt, you know, embarrassed about anime, or what you have to say about people that are embarrassed about anime, because you know, there's only so much I can say. I'm pretty sure someone out there can give better advice than I can. So feel free to put that all in the comment section down below, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more anime and otaku related content. Stop exiting out of the tab, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.